Welcome to the Ages of Rock podcast with your hosts Bill Algie, Dennis Talbot, and Alan Tate. We are three guys who have one thing in common, a love of rock and roll. Our goal is to talk about all things rock. We hope you find this show intriguing, funny, and occasionally highly opinionated. Enjoy!
Still love it loud? So do we. Rockin' Pod returns to Nashville on Saturday, August 25th. Over 25 rock podcasts from all over North America, recording on-site. Vinyl and memorabilia dealers selling the best in rock merchandise. And awesome rock musicians and personalities participating in signing sessions and on-stage panel discussions throughout the day. Special guests include current and former members of Korn, Kiss, Angel, Winger, Loudness, Accept, Bang Tango, Kick Tracy, as well as producers that have worked with Slayer, Ozzy, Alice Cooper, Sevendust, and many more. More guests being added weekly. Don't miss your chance to be part of an awesome celebration of all things rock. Rockin' Pod takes place at the legendary Nashville Palace, August 25th, 2018. More details available at rockinpod.com. That's ROCKNPOD.com. The Nashville Rockin' Pod Expo. Brought to you by Blind Tiger Record Club, School of Rock Nashville, and School of Rock Franklin, a DBG Productions event.
Hey, this is episode number 128, and this week we're doing our final Indianapolis Expo wrap-up, and we've got Tod Howarth on here in a few minutes as a special guest before we have Tod Howarth on from the Indianapolis Expo, and also Pat Gasperini and Rob Affuso. But before we get to that, we got something to say. And by we, I mean Dennis.
I think a couple of us have something to say. We were all talking last week. We were hoping that KISS was going to be playing in Barcelona, doing a small run over there, and they had been doing some practicing. We made a joke, they're probably practicing the same 17 songs and blah, blah, blah. And saw what the song list was, a set list was for over there. And we weren't surprised. It was basically that same set list. Again, there are no other cuts. Gene didn't bring anything new that he's been playing out for a while. Which, Alan, I think you're the one that said don't expect that.
Yeah.
The bad thing that was though, from all the songs, there was quite a few. Actually, I've watched almost the whole show on YouTube, and the Paul songs are just absolutely atrocious. I mean, Paul has not even. First night out, they haven't been on tour, and his voice is like he's been gargling with fucking broken glass. It's just, I mean, it's sad. It really is. It's hard to hear. It's really hard to hear.
Well, somebody's gonna say, everybody has a bad night or an off night or whatever, and that's not it. It's been happening. It's happened for a while. It happened on the last tour, and maybe not. I mean, actually, that is the worst I've ever seen it. I mean, I've not ever seen it, but ever heard it. I mean, I was when I listened to Love Gun, I listened to the very, very beginning of it, and I had to quit. It really made me nauseous, actually.
I can't even make myself listen to it or watch it.
Don't do it.
I don't plan on watching anything off of.
And I made a post on her page, and I even said on there, I said, after seeing that, that's made my mind up. I don't care. I'm not going to go see another show. I don't care if it's the end of the road tour, because guess what? I want to remember. The last time I saw KISS was actually with the original four. I have not seen them once since the final, since they brought in the other people and all this stuff like that, and it wasn't that bad. I want to remember it that way.
You can say Eric and Tommy, we won't kill you.
No, and I wouldn't. I mean, I've seen him with Eric because I saw him during the Revenge tour. Don't get me wrong, but I haven't. KISS has not been through here since. What did we talk about the last time?
Lost
Cities. That's the last time
they were here on the farewell tour.
Or farewell tour.
They did come to Evansville on the farewell tour.
Right. That was the last time
I got my camera taken away from me, and I almost got into a fist fight with the damn security guy.
But I did see that show.
I thought Laura was going to get in a fist fight with the security guy.
So for me, in Dennis Talbot's world, that was my KISS farewell, and I'm good with that. I'm not going to go see it and listen to that and just be my last memory of KISS being that. don't want. I don't want to see it. So
I can
I'll go
understand that.
see Gene. I'll go see Gene in his solo career.
Yeah, if you get a chance to see it, you should. I mean,
I'm going to.
It's Bill and
Yeah,
Alan
it's really
2,
good.
Dennis 0.
Yeah.
I'd definitely go again.
No, I will definitely see that. I'm just not. I don't want to hear Paul sing like that. It's hard enough to watch it on video. I don't want to see it. So yeah, and I tell you what, it is not just me either. I posted on our page, and that was pretty well the consensus of everybody who was talking, on our page. But there's been a lot of other pages that's brought it up and websites, and I haven't heard anything good yet.
No, I don't. There's nothing good to say about it. It's just bad. It's depressing.
It is.
It's just bad. I mean, just don't even go. I mean, don't even just don't go there. I mean, if they go out, I feel like I have to go. But if they say I'm not going to go out anymore, we're just done, I'm okay with that too. Actually, right. I posted on Rich's Facebook from Mr. Speed and said, I hope you got nothing to do tomorrow night because I think they're going to need you to fly to Spain.
Yeah.
Because, and maybe that's it. Maybe that's what they need to do. I mean, they want to make the transition because it's not. This to me is what I heard was worse than going to see other people dressed up like those two.
There's no salvaging that. I mean, there's no salvaging.
You can't fix that.
I mean, no.
Actually,
that's why I posted it and I put on our page. I didn't do it to diss Kiss because Kiss is my favorite band. It's just, dudes, if you're keep talking about you're gonna do a 3-year tour, you didn't make it through one fucking night. You didn't make it through the first song, dude, and it was scrap.
I even asked Adam Stewart posted something on his page, Dr. Adam Stewart, and I said, so doctor, what's the remedy for this? And he goes, there isn't one, or something like that. It's just like
I saw that
just
post.
depressing. It's just depressing.
It is. I just don't pretend, don't make something up, don't try to play it off. Just But partly I blame Gene and those guys.
Right.
They're standing right there. They hear it. The people around them hear it. Every single person in that room heard it. Every single person in that room heard it. And if nobody had the balls to say this is not good, now that doesn't mean that they could not go to Barcelona because they've already. I mean, they had to do that, but they could have probably done something different.
Right.
They could have probably had Eric singing on a lot more songs and doing some more backup stuff.
Somebody mentioned
carry it a little bit.
Somebody mentioned that they were singing a little bit along with Paul. I didn't notice that because Paul's voice was just so fucking overbearingly bad. I couldn't tell if there was anybody singing with him or not.
I don't think there was.
I don't think there was either. Because if they were, it wasn't filling in.
Well, how about we move on from something depressing to some good news somebody got today?
Who's pregnant?
Mitch Malloy got some pretty good news.
Mitch Malloy did, yes. So Mitch Malloy is going to be the new lead singer of Great White, of the Great White Band, the Mark Russell version.
How about the Mark Kendall version?
Yeah, you need to delete that. Mark Kendall version of Great White. Well, actually, it's Mark and Audi, and then the drummer, I believe, is also an original guy. So, he's going to be that.
What happened to their other singer? Did they say?
He left. They released him to pursue other interests. That was
the polite answer.
Okay.
That was the answer.
That was the public relations answer.
We just shit canned them. Is what we did.
There's been a ton of people posting stuff on there that they would love to see that band reunite with Jack Russell, and I don't see that happening. That's a different level of some stuff that's gone on. I think I think that whole fire thing and other stuff just kind of did it.
There's just a lot of.
So you never know. You don't know what anybody thinks. No. What really happened. Nobody knows that stuff. So, wish them well. Hope they do great. Mitch Malloy's a great artist. I've got a Mitch Malloy CD that I bought, and I don't have to go back and look at which one it is. I was going to take it with me to the Rock and Pod Expo.
Don't need to now.
Get autographed, but I think that won't happen.
It's gonna be in Iowa or something.
He'll be in
Idaho.
Idaho. He'll be in Idaho.
But The Great White Band is going to be in Louisville at the Kentucky State Fair for free with Vixen and another band.
Cool.
On Saturday, August 18th.
Cool.
So if you want to see some Mitch Malloy and Great White, that's an opportunity for you. I might run down there. It's a Saturday, and if the weather's not like blazing hot, I may.
Like that's
it's cost to get into the fair was like $5 or $6 or something like that. That's not bad.
No, that's cool.
Might run down there and check that out. Let's see what other kind of news we got. I'm going to 2 shows this week. So Styx, Joan Jett, and Tesla.
Right.
Wednesday night and Friday night is Foreigner, Whitesnake, and Jason Bonham.
Cool.
Which will be great. Both those shows should be really good. So
and I'm going a week from Saturday. No, a week from Saturday. I'm going to go see Smashing Pumpkins at the Yum Center. I got last minute tickets, and Kelly is a big fan of them. I like Smashing Pumpkins.
Have fun with that.
Yeah, I know Bill was like going, okay.
I know. You could say what I said.
What did you say? Why?
Why?
Yeah, why? No, I do like Smashing
Pumpkins tickets.
I like Smashing Pumpkins. Actually, my wife and I both do. So we're going to go see it. Got $49 tickets. Not bad.
Hey, cheaper than half a Foo Fighter ticket.
Well, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
All right. So, I think we got to roll, man.
Alan, when's your concert for Whatchamadoodle?
Well, if by Watchmadoodle you mean Jeff Lynne's ELO, that's sometime in August.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I knew it was coming up. I knew it was.
Forgot about that.
It's in my calendar, but I know it's in August.
Actually, I was thinking about the other day. I go, I don't think he's been to it already because he would have talked about it.
It has not happened yet. Oh, you'll know when it happens. Because I'll either be like, "Oh fuck yeah," or I'll be like, "That was awful." But of course, I cannot imagine anything Jeff Lynne.
No, it'll be good.
Being a part of being awful.
It'll be good.
Yeah, I actually watched a little bit of something of his from 2 years ago on TV the other night. Was on. Wait a minute, what did I just see? Spider-Man creator dies at age 90.
That was not Stan Lee. It was
the guy that designed the costume.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just saw that on TV.
That was actually 2 days ago.
There's a TV right on the other side of the monitor. I just saw that pop up. I'm like, whoo.
Yeah, my son was talking about that 2 days ago, actually. So,
yeah. All right.
Well, before we get this episode started, after you watch this episode this week, don't forget to catch the rebroadcast of it on kgfrocks.com on Saturdays and Wednesdays.
Todd, how you doing, man?
I am doing fantastic. I'm exhausted, of course, as usual. Nothing's changed. I'm doing this morning I got up, I had to go down and work on the 57 T-Bird. We've got some carburetor issues, and then we've got leaks in the power steering unit down below, so I had to yank all the lines, clean everything out, and reapply special silicone and blah, 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 blah. And then I had to work on the wife's Honda because door handle was broken, and I had to fix that with some JB Weld. So then I finally got to go do some mixes in my studio on a drum track, basses and drums and guitars yesterday. I'm trying to get a nice even mix so I can start doing some serious tracking of all the songs I have written so far for the solo CD. But otherwise, everything's normal. I'm doing great.
You instead of like getting an endorsement for an instrument, you need to go to Honda and Ford,
Honda, Jaguar,
JB Weld, and
Harley JB Weld. It's amazing, yeah.
Yeah. No, the main reason we had you on today, Todd, was we had posted all the stuff that we did from Indianapolis up at the KISS Expo, and we still had for the 3 interviews that we did everybody in your band except for John, which everybody was busy that day, so we got everybody else. So instead of posting those as singles, we wanted to post them all as one show.
Right.
And make a whole show out of it. We thought, well, I'm going to get a hold of you because I wanted your thoughts now after it's happened and you got some time to, let it all sink in and everything, and just kind of pick your brain about it because, that when you guys played, that was something that a lot of people, us 3 included, thought we would never see. A reunion of Fraley's Comets. So.
It was my reaction. Of course, I'm happiest for the fans. I mean, there's so many people that want to see it. Because I'm such an asshole about perfection and polishing, I would have liked to have had more any time with Ace and Anton when we did the 2 songs. Well, we had 0 time. I thought that Anton and Ace Anton would have a little more of a retention on the songs, or at least listen to it. But it was fine. The thing was, we were all there. The fans got to see us. And that was the most important thing. I'm probably the worst. Like I said, I'm probably the worst about it because I want to make everything happen exactly how it sounded, 30 years ago.
Right.
But overall, I was thrilled, and I was thrilled at the fans' reactions. And I just couldn't. It was, the roar of this, small crowd was pretty damn good. I was happy about that. I just would have liked to have been able to rehearse it, so we at least seemed like we had more of a clue when we were on stage about it.
Right.
But it was good,
No, I mean, let's say there was a slip here and there, but I mean, otherwise you got through the song, everybody liked it. And like I said, even whenever you guys came out, when you brought your band out, that was really good too, because 4x8, because I didn't think I'd ever get to see you guys either, because you got such a limited, run of shows and everything. I'm like going, now I got to see that. And I tell you what, that was flawless. I did want to hear one song with the
the keyboards.
My brain, the
Oh,
keyboards.
it's over now?
Yeah, it's over now.
Well, you know what? I know what happened. The night before, we had some issues with the direct boxes, and we got it, and there was a couple of people sitting in the audience, well, in the chairs, that got to hear it finally. We got everything situated, and we rehearsed it a couple of times. I sang my ass off on it, and it was great to see the fans, a couple of guys out there going, wow, because it was good. And then we went to play it that night, and somehow somebody had unplugged the keyboard, and we couldn't find the power source, and we were on such a TikTok time frame that, because we didn't want to shortchange Bruce and Bob Kulick. And so we thought, well, let's just skip it and get it when you move on. But I felt bad about that. I felt very badly about that for the fans. I always like to play that song because they wanted to hear it. And 4x8 does a great job of it, like we do for Breakout and Something Moved. But we had to cut a couple of tunes, and Breakout being one of them. But it is what it is, and hopefully that we'll get back out there and do more shows.
Yeah. No, your set there with 4x8 was flawless. It sounded really good. I was really thrilled about that. And like I said, it was just a whole night. That whole weekend was really good. We saw a lot of great entertainment, and and like I said, you had a good response at your table. I mean, people were coming by, getting your CDs and talking to you guys, and I mean, there was a big response for you guys over there.
I really got to thank Keith for that. Initially, we were just supposed to be John and me, and then they said, well, can you bring 4x8? And so, okay, yeah, we'll do that. And then it was mentioned that I could bring my solo CDs and I could sell them on Saturday, which was fine because it worked out in the schedule, because I got there actually early on Friday because my wife was working in Atlanta, and she flew in just before I got there. So she was there with me. We could have brought Alfie the dog too, which is lying right here, but we didn't, unfortunately. We will next time.
Yeah, Lita had her dogs with her.
Yeah, a lot of people had their dogs. Like, damn, we could have brought Alfie, But I only brought 50 CDs, sold them right out, signed a lot of stuff, and then John and I signed some stuff as well on Saturday, and then Sunday we had all 4x8 there, and we really had a good time. I think it was well organized. The fans were fantastic. The venue was really good. I mean, I like the fact that we were there, in the hotel. We had access to go up and back in the restaurants. So I was very happy. I thought that worked really well.
I think
that was
so,
much
too.
more organized than the last expo we were at, which was in Atlanta.
Oh, yeah. Atlanta was
Much better.
Yeah.
Much better.
Yeah, they can go off flawless or completely in disarray,
Disarray is a good word.
Yeah, and it depends on. I think the flow of that continuity for the fans is important for them, especially as the older they get, the more fluidity they want, because it's a pain in the butt to get there, and you want things to go as smoothly as possible.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Was there anything you saw there? I mean, anybody you met or anything that you hadn't seen in a very long time and were just shocked by getting, connecting back with them? There were a lot of people there. It was amazing. I mean,
Yeah,
how many artists were there actually?
Yeah, I haven't seen Eric Singer in quite a few years, and of course I know him from playing with a few people, including Carl Cochran, who was there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that was great seeing him. I haven't seen him in years. He played in one of my solo bands right after Frehley's Comet in 1990. I was back in New Jersey doing some stuff, and I ended up doing a solo thing there with him. He was a guitar player, and Ricky Parent was playing drums, I believe. My God, it was great seeing Carl after his stroke. He had a real tough time with that, it was kind of emotional actually to see him.
Yeah.
But that was really good. I didn't get a chance to speak to Bob. I know Bob and I had talked many times over the phone, even since the demise of the Comet when I was in it in '88. I got to see Bruce a little bit. That was great. Anton, of course. I didn't really get to see too many other people because I was so busy. When you get approached by fans and friends in the hallways, the clock stops and you can't get away because you're there to take pictures and sign autographs, and that's the reason why you're there. But no, that I had to think about that for a moment. Good question.
Plus, you had that photo. You did a photo op with Ace too, didn't you? Or the Frehley's Comet. You had a whole.
Yeah,
that lasted a while too. So
that was a lot.
Had you seen Ace in a while?
I haven't seen Ace since. Well, we played with him last year in September, around just before my birthday. We played with him. 4x Fate opened up for Ace Frehley Band, and then we went up on stage and did Rock Soldiers and Cold Gin, I think it was.
Cool.
Which was the last time I've seen him, and before that, I hadn't seen him in years, except for when he was down here in San Diego doing his book tour. And people seem to think that I see how I'm slipping out of there. I'm using a pillow here.
There you go.
Okay, much better, geez. I hadn't seen him since the book tour in here in San Diego many years ago. That's just when we were trying to get just before 4x Fate formed, and John and I were trying to get Ace to do the 30-year reunion or 25-year reunion thing, which didn't work. So it's been a while. I mean, he's doing his own thing, and a lot of people think that we talk all the time, especially since he was living here in San Diego. And I think I mentioned that last time. No, we don't. We don't talk. I mean, he does his thing. My hands, my plate are so full with doing my solo stuff, the 4x Fate stuff, and then managing the business real estate that we have, and then working on the hobby cars. It's like I'm not sure how I'm standing up still.
That's awesome. Tough.
Yeah,
keeps you busy. So you're working. You say what's next out? You think for you, solo album be next? You think?
It depends. 4x Fate wants to do. We'd like to do another record. We still need to work this one, but it's just so difficult. I think that what will probably happen is I'll end up finishing my solo record, and maybe even a solo CD on brand new material, and then I have stuff for solo acoustic, a different genre, which is just real, acoustic guitar and acoustic piano, me singing. And then I would like to do an EP or something of just acoustic Frehley's Comet stuff that I sang.
That'd be cool.
So that'd be cool. So, yeah, it'd be a lot of fun. I mean, the people like to hear it. I mean, I've been working on stuff. UPS is here. Yeah. And they just drop it and run. But yeah, so there's a lot of recording going on, but it's just such a different dynamic in the recording and business of playing live anymore that you kind of a slave to the demand. So
Right.
whatever people want.
Exactly. We want to hear some
Apparently,
people.
UPS wants a signature.
Yeah.
But I'll make that today.
All right. Well, anyway, that's what we wanted to get you on for. Like I said, we just wanted to pick your brain on what you thought about the expo and everything, because we're going to run those interviews. I interviewed you, and we had Pat, and then who else to interview? Bill, did you do the other? Rob did the interview. Rob. Yeah. Then I used it too.
Yeah. Bill did Rob and Pat, and then Dennis did you, and we couldn't get hold of John.
Yeah. John,
every time he come to our table when he had time, Chuck Garrick was there, and then Brent Fitz was there. it just.
Yeah, he gets pulled away pretty quickly. Yeah, and
we had
doing stuff, but oh, what's this? This might be a little bit of my.
There you go.
How does that sound?
I can hear it. Sounds good.
Sound horrible?
No.
So I mixed today.
You heard it here first.
There you go.
Yeah, nobody's heard me. That's all you get to hear.
So you're doing all that? Are you doing all that too?
Yeah.
Everything? Yeah. That's awesome.
So drummer,
bass, stereo guitars, yeah.
Yeah, bass, drummer, guitarist, mechanic. Pretty good. That's a pretty good gig.
Well, keyboardist, vocalist, producer,
Vocal.
if I want to brag
Yeah,
a
whatever.
little bit. But it's such a pain in the ass because, God, I suck on drums. So I'm constantly having to fire myself and rehire myself, as I said online.
When I do stuff, I throw stuff on there, but it's temporary. You know what I'm saying? It's just stuff to get me through the recording, and then the demo part of it. Then I have somebody that actually knows how to play come over and do it. Actually, so
it's always a challenge for me because, I can actually play pretty good meat and potato drums.
Right.
Because I'm more of an English style. Wally Stalker from the Babies. That's how I play. Just bam, bam, boom. That's it.
Right.
And so I like to rub it in Rob Affuso's face all the time. Yeah, bitch.
That's pretty funny.
That's awesome.
Everybody's drummer said, "Yeah, me too." Yeah. So thanks. The KISS convention was good.
Good.
The fan response was amazing for Freda's comment for 4x8, and we really appreciated it.
Oh,
I
got the tornado sirens going off right now.
Well, it's nice to know you.
Yeah, you see, this is what Indiana, we get a lot of water, but we get these things called tornadoes that come along with it. So, we're right in there.
Now, Dennis lives down the street from me, so I heard the sirens before he did.
Yeah,
That's brutal.
Yeah.
As long as it's not F5, you're good. But you gotta. What's your premix on your chainsaw? Is that 50 or 40 to 1?
Yeah. Mine is 50 to 1. I do have a chainsaw because I've got like 9 trees out in my yard, and this wind that's blowing through here, it doesn't matter if it's a full-on hurricane flies through here or a bird flaps through the neighborhood. Branches fall all out of my trees.
So you have 7 trees now.
We have weak trees.
Yeah, exactly.
For as many branches as fallen out of those trees, I'm surprised those trees still exist.
Yeah, anyway.
The birds are flying out of there. Their nests are gone. They're going, how do birds fly like this? Fuck yeah.
and then they shit all in my car as they're doing it, too,
Well, they do that.
Kelly took the convertible out the other day.
On purpose, I swear.
All right, Todd. Well, we won't take up any more of your time. We appreciate you coming on. And right now we've got Todd, Pat, and Rob's interviews at the Indianapolis KISS Expo.
We are with the one and only Tod Howarth. How are you doing today, brother?
Good. I'm doing real good. I'm working on about 2 hours of sleep, which is fantastic.
We've had him on the show before. We thank you for that. Back around Christmas time.
Yeah, it was good. It was a lot of fun. I had my iPad out, my Belvedere, my cranberry juice, so it was good.
Exactly. So anyway, you're now in Indy at the KISS Expo.
Yes, I am.
This is awesome. You're going to be playing tonight?
Yeah, we're going to play, I think about, I think it's 8:30 or something like that, and right after Ace's Q&A, and then maybe something will happen.
We're hoping so.
Yeah, so are we. It'll be fun. I think we're more hoping for the fans, because they'll enjoy it.
Oh, exactly. Well, like I said, you're all over in the other room, and you're doing signings and
for the 4x8 and a lot of Fraley's Comet stuff. And John does, whatever they bring in, and then Rob does his Skid Row signings as well. So it's good. Yep.
So are you out still doing touring with the last album? Are you out still?
We're out doing shows here and there. We're flying in, flying out type of thing. Unless you're a really huge band, there's not a lot of touring going on.
Right.
And it's not really cost effective for us to all go out and try to do a tour. We are working on a couple of things. We have new management at this time, and it's just trying to get the ball rolling. It's a new band, so we're fairly unknown, even though the resumes are pretty good.
You got it.
But we're
no unknowns.
We're mature enough to know that it doesn't matter about the resume. It's what you can accomplish,
right.
and we're working on it.
Exactly. Are you doing new material? Working on new material right now?
Yeah. Pat is working on new material and solo stuff. I am also working on solo stuff. I'm playing all the instruments, and I rub that into Rob Affuso every day. Hey, look, I just drum track better than you would have.
I really don't need you, but I like you, but I don't need you.
he gives me a bad time. He says, yeah, I do better drums than you. But I'm working on that now, and it's a long process, like I said, because I have to playing everything myself. I try to make it sound as live as possible, and it's coming out pretty good, actually.
Do you like doing that better, as far as having where you don't have to have somebody tell somebody to play something this way?
Yeah, but see, because I'm the drummer, I'm constantly firing the drummer all the time because these guys suck sometimes. But it is, as far as the creativity and the idea of what I have in my head.
Right.
But then I hear what I've played. Sometimes I go, well, that's not going to work, and I erase it and do it over again. But yes, it's more the real good thing about doing a solo record where you're playing and singing everything is the expediency and the scheduling.
Exactly.
So I can do what I need to do when I need to do it, and not have to worry about anybody else's schedule.
Right.
However, to do something really fun, I like to have a real band.
Exactly.
And because then you get that live, punch in the face, punch in the gut type sound.
Exactly.
And you just can't duplicate that doing solo stuff. I mean, you can pretend, and I've done actually a pretty good job of it here and there, but it wouldn't match trying to do a live thing with 4x8. That would really rip.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, like I said, we're looking very forward to tonight, seeing what's going to happen, and just hearing you play. I mean, I love hearing you guys.
Oh, thanks.
It's going to be.
We had rehearsal last night because we haven't played together in a while. So that went over really well, except for I think I screwed up one time and Rob screwed up the rest. See, I'm saying this because I'm thinking Rob's going to listen to this. No, it sounded really good, but we were here all day, and then we went and rehearsed at 10 o'clock to midnight.
Oh my gosh!
And then then we had to go back and sign some CDs and stuff, and that was we didn't get to bed until about 2 o'clock in the morning, and up at 6 o'clock, and then live TV. Yay!
Oh, there you go. At least you look good for TV.
Oh, thank you. That's why I got the glasses on right now, because nobody's seeing these morning eyes.
Yeah. Well, being in California, you get that nice sun. We've had Indiana's been in a damn freezer up until we went from that to just now it's summer and the 90s and the humidity. So welcome to Indiana.
Yeah, I've been here many times. I love it. I like the space. It's like, oh my God, you have so much room and area to park, boats and motorhomes and Harleys. Yay.
Yeah, I follow you on Facebook, and I do see you just, and the thing that's what I like about you. We mentioned it when we talked about you're just a jack of all trades. I find that because I'm kind of like that too, and I find it interesting whenever you're all of a sudden you're doing guitar and recording, and next day, well, the engine had blew a head gasket. I'm ripping this motor out of a car and this and that. It's just it's awesome.
Yeah, I'm never at a loss for doing anything. Matter of fact, just before I left for this, the exhaust kit for the 57 T-Bird I'm redoing for my parents came in. It's sitting on the floor. My dad's like, "Come on, we got to get this going." What do you mean we?
Yeah, we.
Yeah, you're 81. I'm the one doing all the work. You're
I'm getting ready to go to the cornfields in Indiana.
Yeah, it's always something. I mean, I grew up on a horse ranch on the weekends, so I mean, I learned how to weld, torch, plumb, construction.
Right.
I'm an artist. I paint. I write short stories. I mean, you know the gamut. I'm just going off. And then, of course, a musician. Used to race motocross. I do off-road now. A snow ski, a water ski, a wakeboard, a snowboard, a rollerblade, a roller skate. Yeah, I'm very active. The wife and I are very active.
You're never bored.
No.
Yeah, and well, anyway, Todd, we sure appreciate you coming on.
Well, thanks for having me
and
again.
Like I said, we'll have you again sometime when with something, you get a newer album coming out or something. We'll get you back on and shoot the shit for a while.
That'd be fantastic. And I'm
awesome.
Busting my butt trying to get this done, but thanks again. I appreciate it.
All right, well, thank you, Todd.
All righty.
All right, this is Ages of Rock with Tod Howarth. We'll talk to you later.
See ya.
See ya.
Hey, I'm sitting here with Pat Gasperini from 4 x Fate.
How are you, brother?
I'm doing good, man. How are you?
I'm doing good. Good.
We've known each other a very long time, like 10 minutes?
Yeah, about.
Something
Feels
like
like
that.
10 years, man. And here we are again. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
No, I caught your record back when it came out. It was a great record, and it's really cool. Actually, my copy's right down there. I would show it on the thing, but it's in that box. Where did I put it? Oh, no, it's in this box. Here you go. Right here.
There you go.
There you go. Right there. Relentless, and mine's autographed because that's cool, right?
Absolutely.
So, how you guys doing?
Fantastic. It's been a great event. We turned up yesterday, and
Wait
place is full of.
Wait till 2 o'clock rolls around.
Yeah.
Because this place is going to get packed.
Yes, it is. Yeah, it's just a wonderful event, and it's great to see everybody out here, and looking forward to it.
Cool. So how long has the band been together? Are you guys? I know that you guys are kind of on and off doing some different stuff, right?
Yeah. Started back, and John and Todd started the project, and originally with a couple of other members of the band, and I came in. Rob and I came in later in the picture. Long story short, I ended up contributing to the record and co-writing the record and became a member of the band, and it's been a great ride. We've been up and running and just moving it a little at a time, and we hope to bring it out this summer. And like I said, we all have side projects going on. So Rob's got his soul system, Todd's got his solo project, John and I have the Patrick James Band.
Oh, cool.
It's my solo record coming out late summer. So we work those projects, and then we forge with 4 x Fate.
So what's the solo project like? Is it 4 x Fate type of stuff? Or is you got a
esque? It rides on the southern countryside of rock.
Oh, cool.
All right. But we're still rocking,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you one of those guys that lives in the Nashville area?
No, I don't.
No, because it's like there's a ton of guys now living down in that area.
But
it's
we
crazy.
play down there,
Yeah.
So we'll be doing some dates with that, supporting that. I dropped that late summer. And actually, there's a single right now called "Thank You." Is at number 5 in the new country charts. It just kind of started growing legs, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
On its own. So that's kind of what's happening with that. But we're looking forward to get this 4 x Fate thing out this summer, and this is a great record. We made a phenomenal record, and we have another record on burner. We just got to get out and get some dates and go have some fun with this. But I'm really proud of this record.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's really tough. We've talked about this on the show.
Yeah.
Getting new stuff out and getting people to grab it and do something with it is really tough.
That's why guys like you are so pivotal. You know what I mean? It's important, to get the word out.
Yeah, we hope we do get the word out. We've had a guy on the show called from Hairnet Radio. Is what they're called.
Yep.
And Bo plays all. It's kind of cool. I listen to that a lot, actually, a lot more than any other radio station.
Right.
And just because you get old stuff, but then all of a sudden you're like, oh wow, what is that? And then you look at it and you're like, oh, I haven't heard them before.
Yeah.
Or wow, I didn't even realize I had a new record out, or something like that. And it really pulls you back. And mainstream, you can't get that on the radio station in your car anymore. It just doesn't exist, and it's really tough. I don't know. I mean, because there's that whole genre. Of rock that's just on regular radio that's not existent, or it's really tough to get to.
Well, it's tough because there's format and programmers don't have the liberty. You know, it's just, you know, listen, I'm still a radio fan, love it. There's nothing, you know, totally, but it's just a lot more difficult, and that's why these kinds of things are amazing, because you can really get the music out there. Yeah, it's important.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. You know, you think back to, you know, back in the day when you'd have somebody that had a radio show on that was like the third shift thing, and all of a sudden it'd start growing because they'd start playing stuff that people hadn't heard before. And you're right. You know, marketing. You know, what's it costing to run a radio station? Yeah. Where the dollars are coming from.
Everything's formatted.
It's driving that far more than it used to, which is cool.
You know, a lot of secondary markets have liberty of releasing new music, but, you know, your main markets, you really got to push forward to get on that playlist. So, the good thing about today is that this is really, really taking the forefront.
Yeah, and it's all about exposure, you know.
Absolutely.
And it's interesting because, you know, the exposure that we're trying to get from you guys is having you guys on the show to go, hey, do you know Rob? Because if you know Rob, he's been on our show. And we got a list here of people that's been on the show before. You know, and so we're using that. And then we want you to use us.
Right, absolutely.
And we want to, you know, definitely, it goes both ways. So.
It's about keeping the music fresh and bringing it to the people.
Right.
Keeping it alive. Yeah,
that's exactly
really what it's about.
So what have you been doing before 4x8?
You know, I'm a writer and a producer, so I'm always writing and producing projects. I was in a band called Pound on Universal Records, and then I was in a band called Flywheel that I put together on Electric Records, and I did 3 albums between both of those things. And in between my writing and producing, which I always do at my studio, so and my new side project, the Patrick James Band. So I'm constantly on the move.
You got stuff going on all the time.
All the time.
So we interviewed Jeff Pilson a couple of weeks ago, and it sounds like you got the same kind of stuff going on he does. It's like you got so much stuff going on. It's like
he's with
if you can get him to sit down for 5 or 10 minutes, it's like holy crap.
They got a great foreigner thing. We did a date with them last year. It was phenomenal. You know,
it's kind of interesting. I'd like to get your take on that. You know, there are. You know, Mick Brown. I mean, not Mick Brown, wrong band.
Yeah.
You know, Mick Jones is the only original member. And you know, there's a lot of discussion about, you know, is that really foreigner? Is it not really foreigner? And I've seen them 3 or 4 times. They are so freaking good.
They are.
I mean, Kelly Hansen is incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of weird because the first time I saw him, Mick didn't even come. So he had some cardiac issues going on, didn't make the show, and you know, I went. I was like, oh, you know, this is just going to end. But I honestly, I'd like to send Mick, but I really wanted to see Jeff.
Right.
But it turned out to be phenomenal.
Yeah.
So I think that, you know, that's something that, you know, as these bands change and everybody gets older, right? You know, you're going to find guys that can fit the bill, sit in the seat, and make it work.
The thing is this: Foreigner has a catalog of hit music. It's never going to die.
Yeah.
So bands get older, they can't tour anymore. I mean, there's nothing wrong with keeping the music alive.
No.
You know what I mean? And that's how you have to look at it. You know what I mean? Not everybody could be like the Stones, and you know, I mean, so it's great that they're out there. Jeff and the guys do a great job. The band is killer.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I'm a huge Foreigner fan with Lou Gramm and Mick Jones. You know, it's just second level writing, but they're out there killing it, doing a great job.
Yeah, just got to get you guys hooked up with a tour like that. That'd be freaking awesome.
Tour,
it would be awesome.
That's a great tour.
You know, there's a lot of those guys. You know, a lot of you guys that we got to get out there that are, you know, putting some new stuff out there, getting out there that we just need to get out on the road and figure out how to start. You know, we as fans have to support that stuff.
Absolutely.
Club dates, you know, small venue dates, big venue dates, whatever. We just got to get out there and help you. So
it's important.
Yeah. So. Yep. You know, if you're listening, get out there and support live music wherever it's at.
That's what it's all about.
It is what it's all about.
That's
how you guys make money anymore. You're not making any money.
That's correct.
Off making, you know, you're not making any money off that.
No, it's all live.
It's all about live.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
Rob, I appreciate you being on the show, man.
Pat.
Hey, Pat. I'm sorry. I called you the wrong name earlier.
It's okay.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
I looked on that and picked up the wrong name.
It's demerit.
I did it
it's all
twice.
good.
So
it's okay.
So where can people find you?
You can go to the Patrick James Band on my social media, Facebook, Pat Gasperini on my Facebook, patrickjamesband.net.
All right, cool. All right, we're out. Thank you very much, man.
Peace.
See you. Yeah. Hey, I'm sitting here with Rob Affuso from 4x Fate, man. How are you doing?
I'm great, thank you. How you doing?
I'm doing great. It's good to have you.
Good to be here. Thanks for giving me a break for the signing.
Yeah. So now you can actually go back over and have carpal tunnel or something, right?
Right.
That's great. Hey, but it's great to have a line. It's good. It's good to have a line of people that want to sign.
It's always good to be wanted.
It is good to be wanted.
In any walk of life, you want to be wanted somehow.
That is true. That is true. So, thanks for signing my CD. I really appreciate that. It was awesome.
My pleasure.
And we've had a couple other guys on the show, which has been cool. But getting you to sit down is neat to have you for a few minutes.
It's like I said, it's nice to be away from signing.
That's all right.
Good to be here. Thanks. Thank you.
True. So, were you here yesterday? Did you get to hang out a little at all?
I arrived. I flew in from New York. I got here about 2-ish. So I bounced around. I saw some of the music last night.
What did you think about that?
I enjoyed everything. It was good fun. It's a fun event.
Man, to see that group of people with Ace on stage was never happened before. Mm-hmm. It was phenomenal. It was really cool.
Well, maybe everyone will like what's going to happen later tonight.
Oh, I tell you, there's a group of people waiting for that bad boy. Yeah. It's going to be phenomenal. I mean, it's going to be really cool. Yeah, we got you twisted up there, don't we?
Okay, I'm good.
You good? All right.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's going to be great. It's going to be a phenomenal gig. Mm-hmm. So we're looking forward to it. What do you got? Anything else going on besides 4x Fate, or you guys?
Well, I do a lot of different things. 4x Fate, honestly, is really my rock metal side of what I'm doing. I also have a company called Soul System Orchestras, which I actually started in '92 when we were on tour, when the Skid Row was doing the Slave to the Grind tour.
Oh, yeah.
I came off of this because I used to come off the stage and go to the bus and listen to a lot of Motown and R&B and Earth, Wind and Fire and stuff like that. And so I decided, hey, I'm going to start a band, and I started a band called Soul System, and that Soul System played that kind of a music, and it kind of morphed into a company called Soul System Orchestras Music and Production. And so now I own that company, and I do music and production for large corporate events around the country.
Oh, that's really cool. I had no idea.
Yeah. And I'm also the band leader for the band Soul System, and you can find us on Facebook and Instagram, Soul System Orchestras. And so I run that, and I play with that band. And it's great because it gives me the opportunity on the other side of things to play everything from big band swing, Ray Charles, Duke Ellington, through the soul, Motown, funk, R&B, right up. We actually play some Skid Row songs. We play,
So do you do an arrangement with them? And do you take the Skid Row songs and do a different arrangement with them?
No. Well, generally in this realm we do I Remember You. That's usually goes over. But like I said, these are private event type things. And I mean, we even play country. We play some Eagles. We play,
Wow.
Eagles are on the definitely pop side of the country. But it's nice to be able to play everything. I have a big 3-4 piece horn section, 6 singers.
Wow, that is cool.
Yeah, it's a 12 to 16 piece band. So
that is really cool.
It's a lot of fun.
Are you going to be able to put any product out for that, or is that not?
Well,
not the intent?
It's not the intent. It's not the intent.
Yep.
The intent is really to. The intent is to, we make great production and parties. So so American Express has a big event for their CEO, and they call my company and say, we're looking to do this and at this location out in the Bahamas, and
okay.
Yeah. Okay. So, most of the time it's, they hire the Soul System band, which is I'm the band leader for. I have a few other bands within the company, that I manage and am the agent for.
Okay. So how did you get with 4x Fate? How did that work out?
I had known both John and Pat from the past. Actually, we all sort of live in the same area up in the Hudson Valley, up around Poughkeepsie, Woodstock area.
Yeah.
So AJ was doing the album with them, and unfortunately he passed away suddenly, and they were in the middle of that. They had a couple tracks done, and so after a bit of a hiatus to naturally mourn the loss of their buddy, they said, well, what are we going to do? And Pat said, hey, what about, Rob? He's just, he's right here. John was like, oh, great idea. So we did that. We got together. We started rehearsing in my, I have a farm. I have a horse farm, and I have a chicken coop on the farm that actually was made into a studio. So I had the guys there, and we started rehearsing at my farm, and we call it Le Coop.
I was going to ask you if it had some kind of name like that.
The Coop.
That's cool. Very cool.
Yeah. So that's how it happened, and so here we are, about 2 years later.
Cool. So, you guys been working on any new music, or you're just trying to get this thing out there and get it going?
This, and play out live as much as we can. We don't have a proper tour at the moment. We have some new great songs, but we don't want to put those out yet until this album has some footing. Some footing.
Yeah.
I think it's a really good album. I think it's really good.
It's a great album.
Yeah.
It's a great album.
I agree.
Pat and I were talking about that too just a few minutes ago when we had him on, and it was really about the struggle of trying to get music out there and get it heard.
Yeah. There's four of us that have been in the business a long time, and have some background, and it's still not easy. You're better off being 14 and singing nonsense than throwing it over a track.
Yeah, don't get me started.
Yeah,
That's
I know.
not good. But the cool thing is, at least if they have the right parents, and I'll just go ahead and say, my kids have the right parents, so they know about you guys. So my son was here yesterday for a while, and he was so excited to meet some of the guys and nice. Hang out last night, listen to the music last night.
How do you like that?
Oh, he loved it. It's kind of funny.
What was his favorite?
He's an Eric Singer fan. He loves Eric, and he's met him a couple times and at some of these events, and that's his gig. He loves that guy. So he started drumming because of Eric, and then he gave up the drums now a little bit and doing some other things. But it was really seeing him and in that venue last night, small, and not be in a KISS arena or something like that was really cool for him. So cool. And then he walked by us a couple times and stuff like that. So it was kind of neat.
I've known Eric for a bit. He's a nice guy.
Yeah, and he likes to talk.
Yes, he does.
He does like to talk. All right, so tonight you guys are taking the stage, probably with some surprises, right? That's the rumor.
That's what I hear.
That's the rumor.
That's what I hear.
Yeah, that should be cool.
There's always a surprise. Hopefully it's not me falling off the drums, but there's...
Yeah, that would not be good. that would not be good. But, the cool thing about these kind of events is when you get this much talent in a room, there's a lot of good, great, awesome things and unique things that can happen. So...
Who's the talent?
Well, hopefully, you're pretty talented, dude. Come on, man.
Thank you.
There's a lot. There's a lot of good guys. There's a lot of great people here. Seeing Bruce and for me, it's not. I know we're talking about 4x8 stuff, but this being a KISS thing, seeing Ace and Bruce together and Bob on the same stage with Eric was just like. As we talk a little bit on our show, it's not all about KISS, but when it does come back to that, we realize that they're getting older, right? And there's going to be a day when there is going to be the end of the road. That is going to, but we yearn for some of that stuff to happen. So seeing those elements happen, and seeing you guys being part of that is going to be cool tonight. And we know there's going to be some special stuff. So it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
All right, man. Hey, thanks, Rob, for being on the show. We really appreciate it, man.
I appreciate it. Okay.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening to the Ages of Rock podcast. If you haven't done so already, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, and most importantly, tell all your friends. Remember, you're never too old to rock. Until the next episode, peace out, folks.